we're going to look at a couple different extra scenarios for choosing a graph to fit a narrative. All right, so Greg walks at a constant speed to the store. So what is his speed over time? He's walking at a constant speed to the store. So, right, a constant speed, we're thinking, what does that mean if something is constant, right? It's consistent. Maybe we're thinking too, it's not changing. There's no change happening. Our different graphs, again, the y-axis is looking at Greg's speed over time. So probably not going to be undefined. Could possibly be a slope of 0, maybe even positive because he's like going to the store, but likely not negative. So he's walking at a constant speed to the store. So what's not changing? The speed is not changing. So the speed wouldn't be increasing because that's saying that he's walking really fast. He's like, like starting to out maybe slow and then walking and running and sprinting, right? Where the speed is increasing over time. But in this case, and there's no undo tool, but in this case, it's just going to be constant. He's not changing the speed. So it should be, in this case, option B. All right, let me pause to clear this and we'll look at part B. All right, now looking at part B, different question. Jessica bikes from home to work. So the y-axis is her distance to work over time. All right, like always, kind of can be helpful to have like just a visual to better understand what is going on. What are they trying to tell us here? All right, so she's going from her home, to wherever she works, right? Which is like a big store. I don't know. She's going from home to work. So we're checking her distance to work. What's happening over time, right? So we're kind of asking ourselves what's going on. Is she's going from her house to work? Is the distance undefined? Is it stagnant? There's no change. Is it positive? Is it negative? Right, so we're trying to figure out what is happening over time her distance to work. It's likely not going to be undefined, so we can rule that out. She's going from home to work. She's traveling from home to work. So she's probably not stationary. That's like maybe she was biking home, but she stopped to like tie her shoe, right? That would be showing over time there's no change, but there is change happening. She's moving from home to work. So it's going to be between these two guys. So thinking her distance to work, right? Is that distance going to be getting smaller or larger, right? So I guess this is where her house is, right? For both those examples, right? Over time, is her distance to work increasing? Is she getting further away from work? Or over time, is her distance getting smaller? She's getting closer to work, right? Seems like because she's going from home to work, she's wanting to end up at her place of work. It's likely going to be this last option where the distance is getting shorter. Again, this one was kind of a little tricky one, but we got them correct for both of these. I want us to look at another problem. Let me get it queued up. Let me pause and we'll get that next one queued up. All right, I'm going to leave this one open. Just leave it like here. I encourage you to go ahead and pause this video to check your answer, to try this out. We've got A, Charlie remains the same height for years, and B, Bob builds up his speed on a skateboard. Which graph do we think models this? Again, pause this video because I'm going to be showing the answer in just a moment. So pause. All right, let's check what the answer would be for these two. All right, so Charlie remains the same height, right? What's the change? Is it increasing, decreasing, staying the same, no change, or undefined, right? He's remaining the same height. There's going to be no change in his height over time. Bob builds up his speed on the skateboard. Keyword building up, right? Positive, it's increasing. We're looking for a positive slope. All right, so if you got those answers, nicely done. All right. Again, we'll be using this for our exams. We want to make sure we've got this stuff down or ready to go. But any questions, again, let me know. All right. Good luck.